Hey, it's Chris here from Improvify. I'm actually going to start doing a series of more long form training for our prospects and clients over here at Improvify. Getting a lot of requests that come to me directly and indirectly saying, hey, Chris, I really want to learn about the math. I want to learn about the math. I want to learn about the reasons and kind of the psychology with the history of me being in this thing for like 30 plus years behind what's really happening here. So I'm going to start doing more of these trainings, and I hope that you find them valuable, and I hope that you find something within the training that you can take into your business to start increasing your profitabilities, helping more homeowners at the point of sale with affordability, what all the benefits of what we're doing here are. So let's dive into this. The real math behind offering finance. We're going to break down just a few things. There's a lot of math, but we're going to break it down simple, like on a fifth grade level, what math is important and what math that you need to kind of pay attention to when it comes to financing. So number one, contractors aren't losing jobs because of their leads. They're losing them because of their math. And what does that mean? It means that, look, I know you need to have leads. I hate that word leads. It's such a commodity. You need to have customers to work. You need to have customers to sell to or to install the products that you sell. However, if you are not optimizing your demos and your inspections and your meetings, and when you're not optimizing the sale at the point of sale because you're not presenting the proper mathematics, that lead may as well not have even just been on your desk. And if your sales reps don't have a system and process in place to do the proper math, you'll never even know it as an owner if you're losing these deals. Because mathematically, what things do come down to when we buy things is typically, and I'll say this typically, this isn't always the case, but it's the math. It's the price. Because if the price is right on something, the price is right on something that you want, need, and have to have, you'll typically buy it. So with that being said, if somebody does want to buy a floor, kitchen, bath, roof, nobody wants to buy a roof, windows and doors, outdoor deck, brand new, beautiful epoxy garage, like whatever the home improvement is, and we can make the math right and we can make it affordable, we're going to lead them to an easier way to say yes to us. And that's what we're talking about today with the math. So what's a reality check? Numbers don't lie. 70% of homeowners can't stroke a check for their full project. Could you imagine if your average ticket of a roof was $18,000? Do you really think that your customers are just walking around with $20,000 of money that they can't wait to give to you, especially on a project that they didn't even want to buy? A grudge purchase like a roof, a gutter system, an air conditioner, right? These are the grudge purchases that customers, unfortunately, we have to buy them. Well, there's want and need, and there's ego too. Want, need. I want, need a new kitchen and new flooring. I have to have the outside deck with the hibachi grill and the hot tub and the waterfall that runs into it. Like, that's the ego purchase. 60% of contractors never even offer financing at the kitchen table. Here's good news out of that percentile. Those are your competitors. So if you learn how to offer financing properly at the point of sale and present it early, always, often, and in everything you do, you already might be ahead of your competitors. Even if they already are offering financing, it might be with an outfit out there that's not being offered properly. So yes, there are levels to this game. Even though your competitors are offering financing, I'm not going to name who they are, it could be subpar lending. It could be personal loans. They could be offering rates at like 35%. The customers aren't taking that anyway. So you can have a leg up in the marketplace, even against your competitors that are or aren't offering financing, which means they're only selling to 40% of your marketplace. That's a reality check. So once we swallow that pill, let's dive into the hidden cost of not offering a financing solution. Not offering a financing solution. Every no could be a math problem that we didn't solve. No, I don't want to buy it from you. No, I can't afford it. No, I need to think about it. Might simply be the simple fact that your sales pro didn't explain it properly, that there was an affordable payment solution for them to take advantage of, so they could have said yes. Because what if that $12,000 roof job, repair, replacement, ACV, RCV, supplement, upgrade, it doesn't matter what it is, deductible, whatever the home improvement thing is or repair. What if the homeowner could afford $112 a month? But if it wasn't presented that option even existed, you could lose that sale. There's your no. That's the hidden cost of it, not knowing. So without financing, our chances of somebody, if they didn't have $12,000, we're going to get 0% of that sale, $0. That was a sale. With financing, we've just made a sale. We've helped the homeowner out. We've given them affordability. There's the win for the customers. The win for the sales pro is he's probably going to make a little commission on a $12,000 job. And the win for the contractors, they've got another job booked. But more importantly, the lifetime value of that customer, we can now go back to them because we did a killer job for them. They're super happy. They turn to a referral partner, church, work, and school. They've given you a 5-star review. And that's what this is all really about. So it's never really just about mathematics and closing the job. It's establishing a lifetime relationship with that particular customer. So this argument happens all the time. The dealer fee panic. We get on the phone all the time with contractors. I don't want to offer financing. Why don't you want to offer financing? We don't want to pay dealer fees. Oscar starts slamming on you're mad. Well, the banks have to make money on these loans. But here's the deal that people don't talk about when it comes to dealer fees. I can talk freely about it and educate you. The dealer fee is priced into the job, just like any product that you're installing, because financing is essentially a product. So if there is and we're going to use 5% for today's mathematics. If there is a 5% average for a promo, because most of our long-term, short-term, midterm programs are no dealer fee here at Improvify, but let's just play with 5% today because that'll cover your merchant credit card charges of 4.5%, and it's 4.25 on one of our programs on a 12-month same as cash. So let's use 5. The 5% is just built in mathematically into the product that you sell at the kitchen table. So who pays for it? Well, the consumer pays for it. Why? Well, because it's built in, just like any product that you offer. So dealer fees really aren't killing your margins. And if a contractor comes to me and they say, well, Chris, if I offer financing, it's going to put me out of business because I'm already the highest priced contractor in the marketplace, but I'm not offering financing. That is not true. That is an easy way out. Because if your competitors are offering financing, they too, in fact, have to build dealer fees into their pricing. So you are apples to apples in the marketplace. If you're up against somebody that is offering a financing solution, there are dealer fees in their programs that are built in. So the reality, you're already losing the job if you're not offering financing. So at some point, a contractor has to accept the fact that, all right, let's just zero cost average it. Let's build 5% in and call it a day. Now, some of our customers come to Improvify and they only offer no dealer fee programs, which is perfectly fine. We can set up your entire mobile app with no dealer fee programs. And then if down the road you decide, hey, Chris, all of our customers are asking for the 12-month or the 18-month same as cash, we really have to add it in, then we have this dealer fee discussion. But you only have to do that when you're ready. You don't have to, you can do what you want to do. It's your app. We're going to build it for you so it works within your margins in your profitability. So it's not about cost. It's about conversion. Connect, convert, and close. How do we do that? Well, we offer people payment options and payment solutions so they can say yes to us. Because you can't profit on what you don't close. So if it took financing for you to close the job, you closed it and you made your profitability. Kind of makes sense now that we look at the math this way. All right, cool. Let me move my fat head around. Let's break down that 5%, talk about it right here. The 5% math, that changes everything. Now, look, factoring, I gave you a snapshot here of our dealer fee calculator. Let's just say that you're selling a $10,000 product. It doesn't matter what it is that you're selling. We'll use $10,000 because it's very simple to do this mathematically. And let's say that the lender is 4.26 on the 12-month same as cash. But anyway, let's round it up because who cares? So instead of you selling a $10,000 project, you would want to sell that project at $10,526.32. Just call it 10,530. Call it a day. That's to say the payments are around $133 a month. Now, if the no dealer fee program between 2 and 20 years had no dealer fee and you sold the job at 10,530, let's just call it 10,500 for this conversation. You essentially, no dealer fee, geez, I profited $530. Yeah, you did. Congratulations, high five. Because you're not changing the price to the product that you're selling. Just because they took advantage of a long-term loan with the payment option didn't mean that you all of a sudden gave them a $500 discount. The price is the price is the price. Cash equals credit. But if they did take the 12-month same as cash, you're covered. So you won the job. Congratulations. If they took the secured program, there's no dealer fee there. So you profited an extra $530. If they used a personal loan, there's no dealer fee there. You profited an extra $530. Are you following me here? So mathematically, if you just simply build in these margins, you protect your profitability. You've got nothing to worry about. And your sales reps don't have to overthink things. Okay? So if your close rate increases plus 22 to 38%, you can see what your net gain is just by offering financing. That's how contractors go from hoping for sales to predictive revenue. We have this whole thing that we train you on, zero cost averaging. Take a look at your portfolio. My dealer fee here is this is 4, this one here is 6, but these 20 programs you have over here, no dealer fee. I think that we're going to build in 5.5. That's how it works. And then you just go sell. So don't overthink this. Just know the fact that you need to walk into the point of sale with your mobile app fully loaded to sell to whoever you sit with. But you also want to make sure that you're protecting your margins. So don't eat your dealer fee. You don't pay for people's deductibles. So don't do that with dealer fees. Now, whether you work with Improvify or not, hopefully this lesson is teaching you something. Build it into your price, go out and sell. Your sales pros will sell more because they're not overthinking and they're not being scrutinized for selling particular programs. Just keep it simple. Here's the point. Cash equals credit always. What is the price? The cash equals credit. Credit equals cash. It doesn't matter how they buy. The price is the price is the price. Some of them you're going to break even because the dealer fee is covered. Some of them you're going to make plus $532. In the end, you're going to win because you reserve the right to be profitable. That's why you're in business. That's why we're in business. And Improvify, this is what we do to teach contractors how to maintain profitabilities, sell more by offering financing solutions. So what's the real advantage? Without financing, you're always going to be racing to the bottom. You're going to be competing on price. And remember, the race to the bottom is never worth the win. So if you're discounting to land jobs, you will not survive in this marketplace. Lose jobs to better offers. If your customers are offering financing for 18 months, same as cash, that's a better offer than you just asking them for $18,000. Wouldn't you agree? You're going to wait on referrals instead of being able to ask for them. You're going to land more customers. You can get more 5-star reviews. You're going to help your customers leave their money where they want to leave it. In the marketplace, they can go buy more Bitcoin. These are just some of the hidden advantages of doing it. So with Improvify, you now get to go out there and compete on payment rather than on price. How? Well, our terms go all the way to 30 years. So if you want to make the payment small, drag out the term. There's no prepayment penalty anyway. Yes, we train you on this as well. Offer more approvals, get more options, get better options. Would you like to look at our secured loans and our unsecured loans? Let's compare the rates. It's a soft credit pull. More approvals, better options. Let them make the choice. Meet your buyers where they'd like to be met. It's 2025. Buy now, pay later is bigger than it's ever been. So if you're not showing up and giving way to buy now and pay later, you're going to lose. I'm just trying to help you stay in the game. You win these jobs on the same day as well. No waiting. Why are we different? We're very different. When you hop on a call with us, we're going to walk you through it. We got an entire slide deck of showing you how we show up differently at the point of sale. our lending solutions, our training solutions, our mobile app technology, our support, our deal desk, our leads program. We're doing things different because none of your homeowners are created equal. You've got to have more than just 3 lending programs from one lender nowadays. You don't know who you're selling to. Neither do we. But I'd like to give your sales team the tools in their mobile app so they can sell to everybody that's possible, even if they get declined. We have Buy Deeper down to a 550 credit score, and we have credit repair. So you're ultimately doing the right thing for these customers by helping them. More approvals, different types of credit types, fast deal desk support. Saved a deal on Saturday with a deal desk. $70,000 secured loan on Saturday through the deal desk. The customer didn't want to use an unsecured loan. They wanted to use our secured loan program. We gave it to them. 70 grand, done. Smart pricing tools, the calculator, best, better, good, good, better, best. Zero cost averaging, train your team how to do this. The budget builder close, the promo close, the closer strategy, this school that I built, the education, it's all in there. Building 5% in your margin strategy. Real contractor results is what we're about. The feedback that we got some great feedback today, and it wasn't even on a closed job. This was on how awesome Brandy was, a client success manager, in helping a contractor get a deal closed. No numbers were talked about. He just said, Chris, wow, the culture and the team that you've built over there at Improvify is something else. We care. We care about our contractors winning. We really do care about your customers. The Mike over at the Roof Co. crushed it. I think they're up like plus $300,000 this year or in the last 90 days by launching the Secure program. Asked him how. There was no magic pill. There was no red pill. There was no blue pill. There was no purple pill. All he does is said, Chris, man, we just offer it. I said, what do you mean? We just offer it at the point of sale the way that you taught us to. Hey, Mr. or Mrs. Smith, how would you like to pay? Would you like to use your money? Would you like to use ours? And then we let them answer. So the lesson in all this, financing is never really about an interest rate. It's never about a 6.99, an 8.9, a 14.99, a 29.9. Like, it's not about the interest rate. It's about a revenue system. It's about a growth engine built within your business so you can help more homeowners at the point of sale. So when you understand the math, you stop selling jobs and you start selling affordability. So the call to action is, are you ready to see your math? Have you built your math in properly? And if so, if you're a client, join us inside of our school training on how to sell financing at the kitchen table. And if you're not a client or with us here at Improvify, reach out to us and I'll get you on a call with one of our business development managers, and we can show you our pricing and show you the decks and show you the lending and the training, the support and the deal desk and the mobile app and the leads program. And you can make a determination from there if we're the lending partner for you. Now, whether you're new in business or whether you're an existing contractor, we have 2 different programs for you. And if you are currently working with a lender, I want to say this is a super important point, so thanks for hanging out for this. We don't compete. We collaborate. What does that mean in layman terms? Is if you are currently totally happy with your lender and you're offering 3 programs from them, you still can be a great client for us. We might be able to pick up the stuff that they're counter offering, the stuff that they're declining. They don't offer secured loans. We can pick up that secured loan business. They don't have a credit repair program. So those folks that you're just getting straight up declined, we might be able to get their credit in place. So there are things that we do here at Improvify that your current lender is not doing. So if you are happy with them, that's perfectly fine. You do not need to leave whoever your lender is now and work with Improvify. You can just plug us into your portfolio and keep everything the same. And let me pick up the stuff that they're declining or counter-offering. We're here to help. Improvify. We are lending very, very differently. So we'll talk to you soon. I hope that you found this long-form training exciting, new, and fresh. We'll talk to you soon.